distinguished Nordics players in the entire Middle Eastern and North African region. So let's see what they're able to do.
Yeah, consistently number 1, number 2/3 players here through MENA. Gotta say, a little surprised that we're seeing double gauntlets this early on. Thought maybe we could see a mix-up of an orb, given the gauntlet mirror that it's been so common. That being said, though, different weapons to start things off. Look at FXL, full stage control, waiting for c0-MR to go up above. Unfortunately, he's not able to connect against those early hits, but a great way to start off the stocks, though, off of a quick GC sidelight.
Very, very strong indeed, and you can definitely tell there's not... I feel like they're not really feeling each other out. They're immediately going into some tried and true Brawlhalla neutral game right here, as they're probably very, very familiar with each other's play styles.
Yeah, just a lot of Sares and dares coming out from the Scythe camp. c0-MR continuing to hang around the ledge, looking for an easy way to take down FXL. That could have been devastating for c0-MR.
Let's see. Nice wake up coming out from c0-MR, trying to keep that edge guard. Very nice to dash away as FXL tries to get back up with an attack. He will give away stage control, only to be able to find the cross up with the sidelight. That's going to be c0-MR taking a stock back, but he's taken 127 damage now with that nair. He's quite far behind.
Yeah, one simple signature off of FXL will be enough. We saw how that first stock for c0-MR ended as well. FXL just needs to put c0-MR into the air, but unfortunately, spot dodge off of the nair does not allow that combo to finish. This is good!
That's huge.
My! c0-MR not only took the damage lead back, but also the stock lead. FXL, no place to go. Falls to the breakdance. One stock left game 1.
Beautiful turnaround by c0-MR here in the second stock, and FXL is going to be able to close out that lead very quickly with a confident side signature as we're moving into the last stock here with both of them pretty much white here. That's going to be even damage now as well. Finds that neutral light. He doesn't have a dodge. He goes for the full-on extension. FXL wasn't able to jump out of it either. Gets the ground pound, but FXL is able to get back up with the recovery.
Love this control FXL has onto the stage. c0-MR, however, once he gets started, it's hard for him to let go. Off the stage, sweat beats, ground pound. FXL overextends. Gravity cancel down light does not connect. FXL back on stage. Spot dodge off of the neutral sig. Unbelievable. Even damage off by 1. It's down to a single recovery that can end game 1. See who takes the lead. FXL, the dominant factor, doesn't connect the down air.
Nah. Gets the Sair. Is he able to commit to the offstage? Gets the hard sidelight. Side signature comes out. Able to stay clear of the wake up. Will c0-MR be able to find this neutral, this knockout? D-light comes out, but it's not enough for weapon throw. Oh, but he gets it. He gets it still. Dude, that first game was so interesting. I feel like you could so clearly tell that they fought each other so much. Like 2 times, FXL had like a super good offstage setup to go for against c0-MR, but he went for just haymaker ground pound on the side instead, and you can definitely tell, since he also got the stock with it in the first stock, you can definitely tell that c0-MR knows that's one of his habits, because he perfectly just got out of the way for that ground pound twice in a row. He knows what to expect from this player, but still FXL was able to close it out.
I'm so glad you mentioned that, Polly, because the number one thing that gave it away for me was, I think it was towards the end of the second stock, we saw 2 very decisive signatures from both players, spot dodged perfectly, reading into the fact that they would go for, I think it was Scythe neutral sig for both players, completely blocked out, and it was just like, there's no other way you would get a read from that unless you were sparring against each other hundreds of times. But hey, we're going back to the double more decks for game 2.
At the same time, I feel like we are really just at the first layer of the onion. Like we are just seeing like, okay, it's still the first game. You can adapt, change up your pacing, throw off your opponents. Of course, they don't want to go for any 200 IQ plays. We're seeing some fairly basic, I know you're gonna ground pound because it's a habit of yours, so I'm gonna be a little bit more wary. It's gonna get really excited when you start seeing, counter reads to the reads, and we start seeing mix-ups to them trying to read you.
I think this is a good way to change up that pacing early on. We started off on Small World's End. FXL, very early stock against c0-MR, just being able to collide gauntlets up above. c0-MR, though, might not be as lucky as game number 1, is able to get away with it, though. But a change of pace, a much larger stage to work with, much larger blast zones too, Polly. This should go a lot longer.
Comer able to find that neutral light. FXL able to throw a good dare there. Comer now on the edge guard. FXL is going to be able to get back up, but he gets hit by that Seer. Gauntlets now. Going for a sidelight, giving FXL the stage control back. Recovery though, he's kept in the air.
Spot dodge out. Into an air. Gravity cancel. Neutral light. Oh, but the ground pound doesn't connect. Comer plays for safety into a recovery. Back on stage. FXL's down by 1. Reversal of game 1.
Oh, that D-light connected? Okay, FXL. All right. I feel like FXL maybe is a little bit afraid to go for punishes against Comer. Because I feel like every time Comer misses an attack, he makes it look like a bait. Like he misses an attack and he immediately throws out another one if FXL tries to bait him. And I feel like the product of that is just FXL is kind of scared to punish, it seems.
I think FXL's really just very deliberate.
Yeah, it's really in FXL's approaches where he is shining here, and also in his advantage state. I feel like Comer is definitely having an upper hand in the neutral, but just as I say so, whenever FXL gets advantage state, he can be really, really strong.
Comer's definitely a lot more unpredictable when it comes to kind of neutral opportunities, but FXL always playing for the advantage state, waits for the positioning for Comer to be in a state where he can just get something going, but unfortunately, recovery did not connect, neither did the down sig. That being said, though, recovery's out. Comer down below. FXL playing it for safety. This is good. 130, 127 damage. A difference of 3. Playing for the ledge guard. Comer loves to play these edges, but again, difference between Small World's End and Demon Island, there's not a lot of edge to play with, Polly.
Really isn't. FXL now, the player with a stock advantage here. Able to find that neutral light. Sidelight comes out. Comer not able to get anything additional off of it. Neutral light not going to be enough either.
Comer does like to play aggressive in these disadvantaged states. Looking for an opportunity to get in with these gauntlets. FXL spot dodges right out of the way to ensure Comer cannot end this stock. FXL's goal now, racking up damage. He knows he'll go down to 1 stock eventually. It's just a matter of bringing Comer to orange or red before that.
He's playing so much more carefully now as well, FXL is. Really just trying to squeeze out as much damage as possible. He is not taking his chances here. He doesn't want to play super, super flashy here. Neutral light comes out. FXL, are you going to go for something big for the fans?
It's got to be go time soon for FXL if he wants to try to end this in 2 stocks. You're going to have to emerge soon. There it is, catching out the positioning, the landing of Comer. FXL can't quite find the recovery. Comer's playing it safe too. He understands what's at stake now. Down by 1 already. Does not want to leave the upper bracket. Good recovery's out now. 143 damage for Comer. Anything in the Mordex kit will take him down.
Not able to find the weapon starve though. FXL spawning right on top of it now. Able to get back onto the stage. FXL not able to catch his recovery back up. Missing that Seer too. This is a bit of a scramble right now in the neutral. Weapon throw comes out. Able to get it. There you go.
Gotta say for FXL, a much cleaner game too. From the second stock on, it looked like he was completely in control and was fully reading into how Comer likes to play neutral.
Absolutely. Now, only time will tell. I feel like, are we gonna see a legend swap? I feel like it's very unlikely.
I want to see Orb, man.
Both of them are so strong.
Surely we see a Petra.
A Petra?
Yeah.
Right, you gotta explain. You gotta explain your reasoning here.
Look, I just casted back-to-back. We had a lot of really cool tournaments in the Brawlhalla community over the last weekend. It was dominated by Mordex. It was dominated by Petra. The rogue Imugi made a deep run into a tournament. We had a wild Koji pick, but forget of those. It was the Orb that was really dominating a lot of these gauntlet counter picks and won most of those tournaments. But instead we go back to the Devil Mordex once again.
We're going back to the double Mordex, and we're going back to Demon Island as well. As you mentioned, both of them apparently liking offstage gameplay, but opting to go for a map with quite small walls. Neutral light comes out. Nice wake up by Comer, completely just changing positions there on the offstage. FXL double exclamation mark. He's able to get back up though.
Yeah, Comer playing a lot more patiently than before. Not as many unpredictable movements. He's playing much more for spacing, similar to how FXL likes to play Scythe.
Okay.
Oh, Comer! What a dominant first lead. He did get first stock, last time on Demon, but it was Fixel to close out the stage. Sweatbeats are out, saves Fixel by saving himself.
Both players were in a pretty rough spot there on the offstage. But they're still, I mean, they're so slippery off stage, dude. They're so good at finishing each other off, but simultaneously they're so good at not being finished off, so it doesn't matter.
I want to say C0-MR is just about the same amount of damage as he won the first stock against Fixel in Game 2. Fixel, though, needs to close this out right away. He's so good about playing patient when he has the lead, but when it comes to bringing it to an even line, that's where things get difficult. C0-MR, once again, needs to get this damage going, likes to play onto the stage. Fixel says, no way, dude, I'm going back to Gauntlets. I can't win this Scythe mirror. Oh, great recovery. Catches C0-MR off guard.
Yeah, C0-MR doing a really good job at respecting Fixel's moves there towards the end of the stock, so he's able to just sustain his stock for a very long time and squeeze out a lot of damage. Now onto the unarmed, as Fixel is able to starve him of that Scythe as well. Going for a GC neutral light, but C0-MR is going to be able to stay slippery. Catches the jump read. C0-MR, is he going to be able to get back onto the stage? Fixel wants to catch the landing, but C0-MR mixing up his dodge at the very last moment before landing, able to make it back.
Remember, these could potentially be C0-MR's last 2 stocks in this set. Has to play this so carefully now. Ensuring. Does not want to go for any overly aggressive hits. Tries to bait out Fixel to go for a punish. Fixel playing carefully on that side. Goes back to Gauntlets. That's how you know he wants to end these stocks, and he does so cleanly. Stock lead now for Fixel. 140 though. C0-MR needs to close this out and bring it even.
Let's see if C0-MR is any better at finding knockouts. And here you go, very swiftly with the neutral light and a Sig. That's going to be Fixel now on his last stock as well. But C0-MR has the weapon advantage. Is that going to help him? No, it won't. Fixel picks up the gauntlets.
Yeah, I think for these early stocks, having Fixel on Scythe is a lot better. He's good about racking up that damage, but doesn't close it out unless he has gauntlets. C0-MR can use this opportunity to catch these landings against Fixel. Keep this series going. And there it is. That should be the lockout. Weapon throw doesn't connect. Sweatbeats are out. Same ending. But we're reverse players. We have a series on our hands, Polly.
We have a set on our hands.
Oh, yeah.
C0-MR absolutely stepping up here at the very end of the third game, ensuring that he does not get 3-0'd just yet.
No legend swaps. Back to Demon we go. Both players have won on Demon once. There's no reason to go away to a different stage.
I feel like one of the things that makes Fixel very strong in this matchup is that he's constantly swapping between being very patient and being quite aggro. As I was mentioning before, like sometimes it's his approaches that are in focus, and it's his approaches that give him all of his damage, and sometimes he's playing a lot more carefully and playing into the fact that C0-MR can get a little bit mashy whenever he misses his attacks, right? But I feel like last game Fixel was just all gas, no breaks. Potentially if he just chills down a little bit, he could still take this to a 3-1.
Yeah, Fixel's approach has been very methodical, very scientific. You know, you start these early stocks off with the Scythe, you use that to control C0-MR's movements, catch out those landings, go for punishes. When you know he's in range to end the stock, you go for gauntlets off stage to counter him.
All right. C0-MR, both players now just rapidly footseeing around each other. Ground pound is going to come out. That's going to be Fixel now down on his second stock. But you can definitely tell there's a lot more respect in the neutral now compared to the other games, especially for Fixel, considering C0-MR did surprise him with that last game.
Yeah, the set advantage now for Fixel, having 2 games over the one that C0-MR has, could be lost if he does not play this game correctly, going to a game 5. A near reset once more though. Fixel closes out that first stock against C0-MR. 58 damage applied against him now. Back to the Scythe. Everything as methodical as always. Denies the weapon, picks up the Scythe. C0-MR now without a weapon still engages into Fixel.
Missing the punish there. Now, C0-MR able to get the Sarah to get the stage back. Both of them very afraid to take any more of stage from the other. They don't want to push and pull that so much in this neutral. Whenever someone's moving close to the other, you know that there's something about to go down. There's not a lot of meaningless pressure. There's just fighting.
C0-MR's completely changed it up. He is avoiding edges completely now compared to the first 2 games. He's playing entirely on stage. There it is.
Nair
Weapon
misses.
star.
C0-MR with the appropriate punish there, sticking to the recovery. He's going to whiff the recovery though. FXL able to get back down onto the stage and grab that weapon pickup. Seer comes out. Is he able to find the knockout? He won't.
Good denial. Sweat beads are out. C0-MR gets back on stage. 192 damage now. 207 for FXL. Anything will take him out. And what was that? Slide charge neutral unarmed. Unbelievable.
Completely called out with that option. Now C0-MR with a stock advantage here against FXL. Playing carefully here.
Good clash in the weapon throw. Very cinematic. Recovery's out.
To catch that downlight. There you go.
It's a reset again, Polly.
It's indeed a reset. Let's see if C0-MR is able to take this to game 5. Wants to go for the weapon pickup, but FXL is keeping the star going. Weapon throw combo. C0-MR picks up these gauntlets. We're seeing so many whips. Let's see some punishes, please, and thank you, C0-MR. Nice sidelights. I was about to lose my mind. FXL able to pick up that punish. Hard sidelight as well.
So patient. FXL choosing not to engage. Brings C0-MR to the edge. Tries to get an early denial here on this stock. C0-MR's choosing to completely play directly on stage. Refuse to go anywhere near it. Scythe versus Scythe though. FXL winning the neutral. 133, 152 damage. Sweat beads are out. Gravity cancel. Side sig. It's going to be Tai Lung once more to bring it forwards. And that's going to send C0-MR down into the lower finals. And he's going to be facing the winner of Atami. And I believe we're still waiting to see who Atami's even going to face between Poe and Sky.
We'll see, but that is going to be FXL advancing to the grand finals, as you mentioned. Now, FXL has had a really good bracket thus far. He's taken down Atami right before as well. So